Hey, what's going on, world? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Podcast. Thank you very much for tuning in. I got some special guests in the building with me tonight. I got some of my best friends in the world. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all just introduce yourself. I'm going to start with Julius. Go ahead, Julius. Introduce yourself, man.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Julius.
Yeah, Mike. Mike Wall.
What up, y'all? This your boy Mike Wiles, and this episode is sponsored by Tyler Perry Studios weed products. So,
I got my boy Smitty. I got my boy Smitty in the building. My boy Smitty, man.
What's up, boy? Hey, welcome to the Unapologetic Podcast with your boy TJ Jones. This your boy Smitty.
And last but not least, I got my boy Mark, man. Mark, introduce yourself, man.
Oh yeah, this is M Young, starting point guard from Yazoo City, Mississippi, 5'3".
I ain't never seen nobody start in the stand.
Now, in all seriousness, folks, we just started this podcast like 15 minutes after we said we were gonna start it, man. Just wild and crazy stuff, man. We couldn't even go live with it, man. But finally, we on here, man. And we want to say thank you all for tuning in. Got some good topics for you tonight, or this evening, or this morning, whenever you're watching this. We're gonna be talking about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's controversial music video, and we're gonna be talking about Kamala Harris being selected to be the running mate for Joe Biden. But let's go ahead and kick it off talking about Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B's music video WAP. I mean, everybody seems like they have something to say about it. It's been very controversial, to say the least. Julius, I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, man. Have you seen the video, and what do you think about it?
I have.
that boy got hit. That boy got punched in the mouth, man.
I guess he got whapped in the mouth, didn't he?
That Julie gone. He got whapped. Oh, there you go.
No, but I've seen the video, man.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that bad as people making it out to be. Like I've seen videos where they did way more, like that old Master P Wobble Wobble tip drill. Yeah, that was worse.
Right.
WAP was rated PG in my book.
Wow.
So you saying you was doing BNT on set, huh?
Boy, you took the words out of my mouth. You took the words out of my mouth. I mean, man, like that was a PG version of it, man. It could have been nasty, but with today's modern world and everything, man, they just kept it a little clean.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, clean. That's a little bit of a stretch in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know.
For those two, it's clean. For those two, that was clean.
Yeah. I mean, Mike, what do you think about it, man? Mike, what do you think about the video?
I've seen worse. I mean, just like someone said, we were teenagers singing "Slob on My Knob."
Yep.
The only problem is women instead of men. To be honest, that's the only problem, and they want to look at it as more susceptible to being a trend by being women than it is men. But it's not just as bad as some of the other videos. Like Julia said, Tip Drill, if this song, if BET Uncut was still on, this song would be on BET Uncut. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just women, and they have a problem with it.
Chris, what you think, man?
Man, I was having this same discussion once before. I think as much as men in the music industry, as much as they degrade women, they talk about women, they call them out their name, they tell them to do this and do that in their videos and what they want from a woman. But when the woman take control of it to say this what she wanted, this what she want to do, then of course, like I say, it's a problem. Right. So I mean, you had videos back in the day where Lil Kim was singing "How Many Licks Does It Take." Right, I mean, right. you had what, the Nicki Minaj video Anaconda.
Right.
So when Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion come out with a song called WAP, I mean, what difference is that song? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I guess they just trying to hold it to a different standard because now everybody want to be subconscious of what's coming out, and everybody's so sensitive now. But you know, like Mike said, when we was younger, we was singing stuff like you said, Slavo, man, nah, like Carter, you know,
Right.
give me head till I'm dead, you know, all that type of stuff.
Right.
But
Yes,
but a
Lord.
woman want to talk about putting your mouth on that
On
wow.
that
Know what
walk.
I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
on that wow.
Yeah.
Everybody talking about, oh my goodness, they shouldn't have never said that.
Right.
And we've been talking about that junk since we was in middle school growing up, and still today, it's still the same.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, finally, Mark, what you think about it, man?
Oh well, like I say, I enjoyed the video. I love the song. To be honest.
I
But you
think
know
you
what?
enjoyed
Hey,
the video.
yeah, I enjoyed both. But what happened is I'm kind of disappointed. I'm very disappointed at us men for coming at them like that, and also women, because this not nothing that just started. Just like just like all y'all just said, they've been doing this for a long time.
Right.
They've been doing this since the late 30s and stuff, because I went back and listened to some old stuff, and man, they was talking way worse than what Cardi B them talking now.
Right.
And it's kind of crazy, because when you look at WAP, but then you're looking at OnlyFans, it's a double standard. You know what I'm saying? Because how can you talk about these two people that's entertainers? That's their job.
Right.
But what happens is they try to get these two entertainers to be role models, which they ain't called to be role models, because that's not their job. And we got to be careful what we put on other people to be for other people. And Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, at the end of the day, they are entertainers, and that's how they make their living. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean,
the video is great, and the song is great as well.
Well, I hate to say it, man, but I didn't really care for the video, and I'll tell you why. The thing about it is, I feel like the music industry is starting to gravitate towards women like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. And I don't feel like they put enough emphasis on some of the more positive, uplifting rappers. Like, for example, right? Let's just say, for example, like you're not into Roddy Ricch, or you're not into Lil Baby or something like that. I mean, for every Lil Baby in the male hip hop community, there's a J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar, right? You can hear Kendrick Lamar right after you'll hear Lil Baby or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not like into their music, when it comes to the female artists, I don't feel like it's the same type of energy. And I think that a lot of people, they'll say, well, man, you need to refer to Rhapsody and all that kind of stuff, but they ain't playing Rhapsody on mainstream radio. They're not playing it. They're playing City Girls, they're playing Megan Thee Stallion, they're playing Cardi B. Three individuals who I feel like are being pushed by the music industry to put a negative image out there towards females. And people and let me hold on, Mike. Mark, let me say this, man. And the fact of the matter is this: when you think about the children out here, man, like I have a son, he's 1 year old. I know eventually when he grows up, I can set an example, but at the end of the day, he's not going to want to be like me to a certain extent. He's going to look at basketball players, he's going to look at football players, he's going to be looking at actors or wherever direction he go in, and he's going to be looking at that person as a role model. And I feel like the message that the three of these individuals, or the four individuals, you count City Girls, the message that they're sending to these young women out here is they ain't got to be out here, you know what I'm saying, trying to get their own, not focusing on education, not focusing on being an independent woman, but focusing on trying to finesse dudes out of their bread. Don't worry about learning how to cook. Don't think about learning how to, you know what I'm saying, compromise with a man in order to make your relationship work. Focus on the fact of trying to get all of what he has. And I ain't feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
Well, you know what? Let's just be honest about this thing. We're not in that time anymore. man, you're not in that time where these women want to be wives. Man, they mothers are teaching them to be independent. They mothers have taught them how to finesse men. You know what I'm saying?
But why?
Man,
but why, Mark?
why?
Why is that?
The reason why I feel mothers have taught women to finesse men because men have done them so wrong, cheated on them, did them any type of way. But they only been taught that because older men did their mothers like that. So you know what they mother said?
Don't let your computer screen freeze up on you. That's what they say to you. The thing about it is, like don't let the computer screen freeze up on you, man. Hey, man.
Tell me how many people that will pay for some vagina. Let's be honest. Like, man, hey, you got people out here paying $49.99 a month for, look at here, let me see that vagina. I ain't even got to touch it. I just want to see it. So you got city girls. Oh, and you know what? And I understand about the Sine, what it is, the Snow Allegra's and people that like that. But that's conscious music, and the kids these days are not conscious. They're not conscious. They like, look at here, shake that ass and show me what you got. That's all I want to see. You know what I'm saying? And then we coming from an older generation because all of us like, 30 plus. And we looking for that woman that's like, okay, baby, we want a housewife. And then we want that woman to be a housewife and we want her to like, okay, show us some of that WAP too. You get what I'm saying? Because if you do marry a woman that she does cook and clean and all that, but you still gonna want her to spice that thing up. You get what I'm saying? So we want both. We need both. Because if you don't get both, what you gonna do? Gonna go out there and gonna get somebody that's gonna give you that WAP. See, that'd be
but Mark, let me interject a little bit.
What you gonna do it then?
I think that the way society has shown is that has shown women. They show women in the way as they use their bodies. They use their bodies and they object themselves as a way of getting fast money and making a come up. Because you don't see men out here talking about, let me show off my body to make money. I mean, if you look at the professions, you got strippers, you got, like you said, you got women out here modeling, you got women out here doing, like you said, OnlyFans. I mean, it's all about objectifying the female. And there are few women out here that aren't objectifying themselves, that are actually coming up looking for a family, looking to find that man. But society has turned in a way where if you see that woman, you start to look at them like something wrong. That's kind of like how like when you get a certain age and they ask a woman, do you have kids? And the woman be like, no, I don't have any children. And you like, why you ain't got children? What's wrong with you? It could be, ain't nothing wrong with her. She probably just hasn't found that person to want to start a family with. That don't mean anything wrong with her, but like I said, society has deemed certain characteristics on a woman and making them feel like they're not worthy, when in actuality they are worthy. And that's all you see in the media: women wearing less and less clothing, showing off their body. It's basically sex appeal. You using sex to sell. Yeah.
Sex sale.
And so you look at that, that's what you see. Like half of these women, they ain't even got a real job. They just out here just showing their body off and making tons and tons of money.
That's right. Because guess what? They got something that's gonna sell. They have something that's gonna sell. Okay.
But Mark, check this out, man. But I'm talking about the energy, man. Like, look, I have no problem with that. Look, I feel like you need ratchetness and righteousness at the same time, right? Like I said, even though we were talking about like, okay, we went to college, you know what I'm saying, between what, 03, you know what I'm saying, between 09 or whatever like that. So we know about snap your fingers and stuff like that, but we was also listening to Nas, you know what I'm saying? We was also listening to like some of these other conscious rappers like Common and stuff like that. There was a balance. There was a yin and a yang. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when it comes
to, that's exactly right. Cause look at here, we were over there on West Street.
Yeah.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? We was leading. Hey, we was leading. Hey, but Mark, we was
Y'all went
leading
by
with it.
yourself. I was trying to find Jesus.
Yeah, you sure will.
Yeah,
Damn red too.
if Jesus was in room 313 in Stewart, he was.
Hey man, I gotta go.
Jesus wasn't in that room when you playing linebacker.
Oh, come on. Let's get back on topic. Come on. Let's get back on topic.
Back to the topic at hand. Okay,
Hey,
but
Tim,
I'm just, huh? What's up, Mike?
I was gonna say just like what you're saying, with the yin and the yang. When it comes to guys, you all right. We have for every baby for every little baby we got a Nas. For every for every whoever we got a J. Cole.
Right.
A K Dot. We got all this. We got a Drake. When it comes to women, there is no yang to their yin. It's only sex.
But why, Mike? Why? That's what I'm saying. Why? Why are they not pushing? Why are they not pushing that yang energy? Why?
Because
it's all about sex appeal.
Because it goes back to nobody wants to see it. Just think about it. You have a Tyra Banks versus a 90s ideal school teacher and how they would dress. I would rather look at this Tyra Banks than this school teacher. That's all it is. It's the same thing with spoken word. The last female they had to speak knowledge like that on a major level was Lauryn Hill.
That's it.
That was it. We don't have any Lauryn Hills coming out right now. The ones who are the Lauryn Hills, they're not getting the push like the Megan Thee Stallion. Because to be honest, to me, Megan Thee Stallion was an overnight success faster than anybody else I had ever heard.
True.
I never heard of her till I went from never hearing about her to she was #1 on the Billboard. I'm like, who is this shit?
I had heard about her, but that's because I used to watch World Star a lot, and a lot of her videos used to end up on World Star. So that's a lot. So I used to be like, man, who the hell is Megan Thee Stallion? And next thing you know, I heard one song on the radio and she was
Get what though? We know who she is now.
But I'll say this about her. But I'll say this about her though. She can actually flow. Like she can rap.
She can rap.
She don't need to do the sex appeal. Like that's all extra for her. Like she can actually rap because listening to her puts me in the mind of a female Pimp C.
Me too. Yep, that's exactly right.
Just without his slang and his twang of his voice. Listen to what she's saying, how she's saying it. It's just like a female Pimp C. But she ain't talking about. But only thing about Pimp C was when he referred to hoes and shit, he was talking about cocaine too. Oh, so you had to actually decipher what he was talking about. You like, okay, is he talking about a woman or is he talking about the coke?
But you know what though, Julie? You know what, Tim, y'all. But who says that these women are not casual women? You know, like you say, at the end of the day, if that's their job to do this. But we don't know what they going home to because, like they say, who says they could be wives at home, but entertaining, that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? Because all people ain't hoes.
Well, that's a contradiction in my opinion, because if you're not practicing what you preach, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's almost like this, right? So Young Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all seen a rise of Young Jeezy because around the time we was in college, that's when Young Jeezy came out with Boys in the Hood and stuff like that. He was talking about slinging dope and all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, we seeing his son graduate from an elite Catholic school.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a contradiction. You're up here telling these dudes to move this cocaine through the hood, but you ain't living there no more. So that was my whole point. The fact is they telling these women to finesse, you know what I'm saying, to finesse these guys, take everything that they have. But meanwhile, these women already got bread. They are independent to a point. If Offset leaves them or whoever Megan Thee Stallion dating, they'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? This woman ain't gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? This woman ain't gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't do what they're doing. So I feel like that's a contradiction. And man, like I said, there's no yang to the yin that's going on right now. And we have to ask the question, why? Why is the music industry pushing this type of energy through the mainstream? That's all I'm saying, man. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, man. I mean, to me, it's a disgrace.
Well, okay. Well, you know what? Well, this is what we should do to you. We're gonna have to start our own record label and push up and push.
You tried to do
cause look here. because it ain't gonna work.
Y'all two tried that before, it didn't work.
Yeah, so right. Look here, because look here. As soon as okay, you know what? They got that artist now. What her name? No, Naomi or no name. Y'all heard her? She's like the J. Cole. Yeah, they call her like the woman J. Cole. Right. And people, like I say, people will listen to her on some type of point, but then they go back to Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, but like you said, at the end of the day, is that's what they pushing, and that's what we see. So whatever we see, that's what we're gonna focus on. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to focus on a conscious type woman when all we seeing is drop that booty, pop that cooch. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be careful what we take in too, because we can bring that spirit into our own houses as well, you know, and that messes up a lot of relationships with our spouses and even with girlfriends and stuff, because they so used to brainwashing us on the TV and through Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion and all these people that we try to bring that same energy into the house, and it don't even work that way. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know how they living, you know.
Well, let me ask you this, man. And I guess this question would be directed toward Julius mostly, because Julius, I mean, you have all girls, man. I mean, you don't think about the message that these women are sending, and how can you counteract the energy, you know what I'm saying, that they bringing out there? Because like I said, these women, you know what I'm saying, could possibly be role models to your girls, you know what I'm saying? And so how you feel about it, man? How you combat it?
I mean, I don't let them listen to a lot of stuff. Like if I hear them listening to something like that, if they like, I let them listen to Megan Thee Stallion, but it has to be the radio version. Like if it's anything uncut, not cut it off, because now you don't need to be knowing what. Shouldn't be talking about licking this and give me that. No, because I don't need to give you the feedback. That's not what you're supposed to be talking about. That's not what you're supposed to be focused on. You're a child. You child things, scared of child play. Right. I mean, even when I was growing up, I listened to Uncle Luke. I had an older sister that listened to 2 Live Crew. Like my older sister put me on all the rap. Right. She was on Uncle Luke, Too Short, all that stuff.
Listen to Luke at a young age.
Still on that loop. Hey, still on that loop, boy.
I mean, I had a sister that was in high school. I had a sister that was in high school going to college. So it's like, hey, that's where we were getting the rap from. So I mean, I had to learn the difference between, you know, what to say, what not to say, who to look up to. I don't look up to no musician. Right. And my kids, they don't look up to them neither. They just like the dancing and the beats most of the time. They don't even pay attention to the words. Right. But when I hear them start saying the song word for word verbatim, I'm like, nah, Jack, we're going to stop this. Because it's like now you're saying stuff, but you don't know what you're saying.
But
if you out in the public and somebody hear you and you rapping this, now it's like everybody looking like, oh, what you got going on in your house? What are you teaching your kids?
Right.
Yeah, so, now that's and I agree with that, Julius, because like I say, Tim, you got kids. Like I say, my son, he grown now, and you got a little boy, and Julius got 3-4 girls. So the thing about it is, I feel like at the end of the day is what the parents are teaching in the house. We know, because these kids, once they get away from us, they're gonna do something different because we did it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because when we was around our mamas, we were sanctified and holified. But when we got in them, but when we got in them streets, baby, let me put my finger. Let me see how it smells. You get what I'm saying?
We gonna Lamar. I'm make sure you know Lamar. Mr. Christmas Clean was gonna show you know.
You know, they ain't lying. We were kids. Hey, look here, Mike Wall. No, we had a movie theater in Yazoo City. That was the spot when we was younger, and we'll go to that movie theater and do some crazy stuff off up in there.
Man, don't bring me your accusation.
But
I like to say, I think at the end of the day is what we teaching our kids. Hey, what I'm saying, like Mike was in there too. Come out, Mike. They got both of us.
Hold on.
I don't want you to lose his sponsorship.
Hey man, we got some man. Shout out to my guy Toddy, man. He says hip hop and R&B haven't been the same quality since the 80s, the late 90s. Most of the
I
music
agree.
of the last 20 years is very lacking, in my humble opinion. Give some time, Tony, or some medias of some Tribe Called Quest or the Wu-Tang Clan, man. Yeah, I mean,
I agree,
man. I agree.
I agree. It's watered down, but in between, you have a few artists in between that's like lyrical. Like you said, Kendrick. Well, late Kendrick, J. Cole. If you listen to Big Crit's actually lyrical.
Right.
That's why he's not out there mainstream like he could be. He said it himself. They offered him a deal years ago. He didn't want to take that deal because it would have had him outside of his character. He would have had to do stuff he didn't want to do. He wasn't comfortable with. He would have to put out music he didn't like. So he didn't take that major deal. He went the long way. Now he's blowing up, but he got fans that actually listen to what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah.
But Toddy is right.
Yeah, to the comment of the guy, to the man who just made that comment, he's absolutely right. But the thing about it is, yeah, we grew up, all of us grew up listening to A Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang. We all listened to Naughty by Nature, all of those guys. But this is the sound of this era.
Time.
This is the sound of this generation. Even if you go back to the 80s, what they had, Rob Bass and all them, look what happened when the 90s when gangster rap came and took over. After gangster rap, you had after gangster rap in the 2000s, everything was basically about stunting. And so time changed. So now it's just the times of the change. And what us old heads, what we are now, we still sit back with our classics. Like, man, like me personally, I got about 3 or 4 stations on Pandora and Spotify that are 90s R&B, early 2000 hip hop. But I mean, our rappers are retiring and getting too old to be talking about the stuff they're talking about. So
that's right. But you know what? The younger kids generation gonna say the same thing about their kids that's coming. Like, man, you do, I mean, it's an ongoing generation. So I mean, if it stops here, that means there's something wrong. It's constantly evolving, and that's what music is. It has to.
It evolves, but then sometimes it leaves you scratching your head like, how the hell it going this direction? Like, I understand music changes, grows,
because those get old as hell.
It's like
we get old, Soulja
Boy. But like Soulja Boy is like, even when the Migos first came out, Migos really just did a lot of mumble rap when they first came out. I listened to them, but I'm like, I can't get into this. But then when they did Versace with Drake, I'm like, okay. Then when they came out with I want to say it was their second album, right when Offset went to jail. That's when I started listening to them because I can hear Quavo and Takeoff. Like, I hear them.
Right.
And it's like, okay, these two can actually rap. It was more so of Offset kind of, I guess, with the mumbling, but when he came back out, he stopped mumbling. Right. But you had a lot of other rappers just doing that mumble stuff, and I'm like, why are you mumbling? Right. Just open your mouth and talk. Even Lil Baby. Lil Baby voice is super unique. Right. I could him and the Baby. Their voices are unique. I
like that Baby. Yeah.
Like
I like the Baby. He's good.
Like, to be honest, I would almost rather let my kids listen to Megan Thee Stallion than the Baby, because the Baby that motherfucker nasty. Yeah, he nasty. Yeah, man. Now, he paints a very vivid picture of what he's talking about in your head. If you listen to him, he nasty.
Toddy also mentioned TLC and SWV, man. Two R&B classic groups right there.
Legends.
Yeah.
I get weak in the knees too.
Oh Lord,
just like Chris.
Hey, you do get a weak in the knee when that WAP come up.
Hey, someone who's a part of this new generation of music who stands out on his own.
Who's that?
Travis Scott. He's part of this new generation, but he stands out on his own, man.
Wow.
Travis Scott has his own. He has a style that's unique. Travis Scott is more of a commercialized rapper. He has a style that's so unique. I don't know if it's the flow, it's his beats. Everything is just so different. You can tell a Travis Scott song when it comes on. And he's just different from he's the same part of this generation now, but he's different. Like, I could listen to a Travis Scott album and I'm like, dang, this dude got it. But
That's the same for what's his name? A$AP Rocky. He kind of different.
Oh yeah, I
get him and Travis Scott mixed up a lot because they different styles. Those two are similar, but they're different from everyone else. And I be getting them two mixed up. I like A$AP Rocky.
Right. Well, I mean, I honestly just feel like, you know, back to what we was talking about Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi. I just feel like the music industry pushes those individuals. And I know, Julius, you talked about they rap style and stuff, but to me, I just don't feel like they write their own stuff anyway. You know what I'm saying? I look at them. They're basically if I could think about this, they're like the Roman Reigns of the music industry. And for those that watch wrestling, you know what I'm talking about. They not the best. It just they feel like they got charisma, they got sex appeal.
Yeah,
let's go ahead and put them in a boot.
They got everything.
Put them in a boot. Let's put this beat together. Let's put them in a boot. Let's put this beat together. Here's the lyrics. Go ahead and go in the boot and make this thing happen. Look, that's all I'm saying, man. That's why I just feel like
energy.
Man,
but you know what?
That's why I feel like it. I mean, it's to me, I just feel like this is a systematic attempt to try to bring down the morale and you know what I'm saying, and the morals of this generation, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because women, I'm just saying, man, bro, young women right now, you know what I'm saying, don't feel like they got to do a damn thing in order for them to, you know what I'm saying, get a guy, and they definitely don't feel like they have to do their part in order to sustain and keep a relationship going. And I feel like
who said this though? Who said this though?
Well, Tim,
look at the lyrics. Look at the lyrics.
In the same concept, in the same concept, a man could think as long as he got money, he could pull in any woman he wants.
Because it's double standards.
So if a woman say, "Oh, I can objectify my body and get any man I want," a man can say, "Well, all I gotta do is have a little bread on me, and I get any woman I want."
So why you think niggas buy nice cars and nice clothes for they sell?
Do every dude? Not honestly.
Every dude. I would say every dude does not do it.
They going to get that fresh haircut so that woman can look at them.
That's not haircut, so you don't look like a woman, But like I said before, I'm talking about it from a music standpoint. Y'all talking about it from an average Joe Blow. I'm talking about from a music. I'm talking about from a music perspective. I'm talking about what's being pushed in the mainstream. For every, like I said, like you mentioned, for every DaBaby, Lil Baby, Roddy Ricch, there is a J. Cole, a Kendrick Lamar, a Common, a Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like we got balance. So if you're not feeling this young generation with this mumble BS, you can always go to the conscious rap. So what I'm saying is, they don't have that in female rap. You know what I'm saying? It's rather, you know what I'm saying? It's about finessing dudes. It's about taking everything they have and them not doing anything in return. And it's a disgrace, straight up. And if I was a woman, I feel offended as hell because this is your representation. This is your representation when it comes to mainstream. Okay, you can be like, man, I'm not like that. I don't roll like that. But this is the energy that's being pushed, that's constantly being played on the radio, that's constantly being pushed, that's constantly getting the main interviews, that's constantly getting the endorsements. These are your representation. And you can say it's not, but it is what it is. That's the way I feel about it.
When the women was out there talking about being heartbreaking and stuff, then nobody won't listen to them.
So but when they put that WAP out there,
they won't listen to them then, but I'm saying,
Alicia Keys, y'all didn't listen to Alicia Keys. Y'all ain't listen to Mary J. Blige.
I listened to it. Yes, I did.
Scott. Yeah. Y'all didn't listen to Angie Stone. Y'all didn't listen to these folks. That's
all. Erica Badu too.
Lord.
But get what? See, but get what though, y'all? That was years ago. But now it's about that WAP now.
but that was a different genre though.
Yeah, it was a different
genre of music. That was neo soul R&B. This is hip hop.
Yeah,
so,
it's hip hop.
I mean, but it's not like Tim said though. It's not a lot of female rappers out there on a positive side that's being pushed. Like I'm sitting here trying to racking my brain trying to think of what female rapper out here on a positive tip is out there in the mainstream.
I think I only know one. That's name, no name, I guess. That's called.
Bro,
I think no name.
Bro, we all can name about 3 or 4 people that's underground that nobody really heard of that we feel like need to be pushed. But how many people actually know this? I'm talking mainstream. I'm not talking about you strolling down Spotify, you strolling down iHeart, whatever like that on your app, and you find, oh man, this person right here bomb. Who is being pushed through the mainstream media besides City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj? Who is being pushed and that's leading a positive message to combat this? I hate to say it, this nonsense, because like I said, like it or not, women, or you know what I'm saying, this is the representation of the modern day woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. You can agree with it or not, but what's being played ad nauseum on the radio are these individuals. So who do you have out there that can combat this? That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't have a problem with it if we had something to combat this. I feel like the music industry, if they're not putting 2 women against each other like they did with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Lil Kim, if they're not doing that, then they're trying to put negative images out there that women need to follow. And I'm very concerned about the young generation of women, because it's not about education. It's not about being smart. It's not about being independent to a point, you know what I'm saying, where you have to, go out here and apply yourself. It's not out here talking about, learning how to cook, you know what I'm saying, learning how to, balance and be in a relationship with a man. It's not about that.
It's scamming and finessing.
Exactly.
I think it's just depending on the genre, because you could switch over and go into R&B and you'll find something nice, and you can switch over and even in the country music.
Oh yeah,
you can find women talking of wholesome stuff. It's just in the hip hop and rap community where we got it.
Well, you know what?
Because it's built on the stereotype. It's built on the stereotype of what they feel the hip hop listeners want to hear or what they want to see.
Yeah.
Why I feel like I'm a piece of chicken looking up at Marcus from a point of view.
Oh boy,
I'm cooking.
Hey, as long as he keep his shirt on, I don't care what he do.
I've got fat now. I try to keep my shirt on. Hey,
you need to put a hairnet on your beard, man.
I'm insecure about my body. Hey, I ain't got that WAP now. I ain't got it. So I got it.
Alvin says OG's telling the truth, man. So we got an amen corner going right now, man. Shouts out to my boy Alvin out there and rolling forward.
What up, Alvin?
Yeah, big shout out. Yeah.
Toddy says Cardi B is a stereotype, playing a role that the record industry is pushing. It gives me some Yo-Yo and Mary J. I know music changes, but not always in a better way. I'm kind of I feel you on that.
Even when the Brat was out, the Brat wore baggy jeans and shirts and folks still rocked up music.
That's it, yeah.
The Brat didn't show you no skin until she did that song with Tyrese, What Do You Like? First time, only time.
Mm-hmm.
But the Brat had to do that to evolve with the time of music, though. So it was the era that the music was coming in.
Right. And that's why after that, you didn't see her put out no more music for a long time.
Right.
It's like if we look at a guy who has continuously adapted with the generations, even though he's an old cat. Look what Snoop did. Snoop went from the gangster rap to the stunt rap to the make you feel good rap, and I mean,
hold on. And don't forget, he put out a porn. What it is, a Wedding Wild.
What? Where is you coming out of left field like you baseball or something?
Hey, y'all ain't never seen it.
You always in left field, man. You gonna be playing out there right field.
No,
that ain't across the field, man.
That ain't left field. No,
you have 5 minutes.
That ain't left field. No, that's not left field. No, this is why I said this for. Because let's think about this thing, y'all. Like the dude just said about the record label pushing it.
Spatula down, man. Put the spatula down.
Oh, put the spatula down. My bad.
Hey, man, put the little
Hey.
pull your string on your glasses so you ain't stay on your face, man.
Hey, let's do this now. Hey, let's do this. Let's look at this thing. This dude just said about the record label, how they be pushing. Okay, I got a question. Now, if it's their job, right? Now, just say it's their job. And if the record label paying them because it's their job, you have to do exactly what the record label say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So who really selling this? Is it Cardi B or is the record labels? You get what I'm saying?
It's both because she want the money and she gonna do what she got to do because she want that money. She want
That's
that
exactly
check.
right. So that means that's just like working for a job.
She's just as much at blame as anyone else, including the record industry, because she want the money. They tell her they want her to do this way and that way. She said, "Cool, give me the check."
Yep, give me the check.
And they know people look up to them. They know young females look up to them because it's not many.
That's all I'm saying.
There's not many female artists out there that are rapping that you can look up to. I mean, every now and then you might hear, every blue moon, you might hear Beyonce on an album rap on a song every blue moon. But Beyonce is not a rapper.
Nah, she ain't no rapper. Nah,
So
she's a singer.
they don't have many rappers to look forward to or to look up to.
Right.
I mean, guys, yeah, you can find a male rapper. Shit, pick one. Just pick one.
So I got a question to Tim. Do you? I know you do your podcast, and I know you've been dealing with in the records. You know, like you're saying, around record company people and all that. Do you think it's ever gonna be stability in it? You know, for countries women rappers.
Yeah, I think they do, man. I mean, we all said it, a few minutes ago. Music is about evolving. You know, like there was a time where we didn't think women would be in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We seen like little sprinkles of it, but we didn't think that they could be on the level that they are right now. You can honestly make a
chart topping.
You can arguably make a you know what I'm saying, a debate that women in hip hop right now, they leading the way. You know what I'm saying? Between Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, they doing better than some dudes out here. So I think, you know what I'm saying, I think there's gonna be a shift, but I feel so bad, man. Like that a woman feel like they gotta objectify themselves in order for them to move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like they need balance out there. And you know what I'm saying? You got people out there, man, y'all mad because we coming up. Like, nah, man, it's disgraceful at the end of the day. Like, you should feel bad. You should feel like, honestly, no, you should feel bad that I can keep all my clothes on and keep it intact. I ain't got to take my shirt off or nothing, and I can move records. You basically have to be butt naked in order for you to move anything. You ought to be offended. And I feel like, honestly, that's a hypocrisy to the Me Too what's going on right now. You want me as a man to look at you, you know what I'm saying, and don't objectify you, but yet you're talking about how wet you are, you're talking about how sexy you are, you're talking about how good you are in bed. I mean, to me, you know what I'm saying, like me and my brother were having a conversation or whatever like that, and we was talking about, like, you know, women and stuff like that, how they're dressed a certain way, right? This is what the movement is making you think. A woman come out here, she dressed sexy, clothes tight and revealing, she moving it, you know what I'm saying, jiggling all the right places. You give her a compliment. I feel like this. She left the house knowing what type of message that she gonna send when she get out there. If your booty big and you wearing some leggings, come on, man. If your
you asked for it.
If your boob's big and you wearing a tight crop, what you think gonna happen? Dude's gonna, you know what I'm saying, come up to you, and then you gonna say, well, don't look at me because of my body. Well, what kind of message are you portraying? That's all I'm saying, man.
I can agree with you on that.
Wait a minute. But just because they wear it, that doesn't give no guy.
That's it.
It don't give no guy the ability to say, or the guy give it right to say, man.
Damn, look at them titties.
They don't give you.
I will not say nothing on here to incriminate myself.
They don't give you the right to say that because
that's right.
Because they have a right to wear what they want to wear. That's how they feel like they It's just like if you wear something.
Whoa.
If I wear something, I go out in public and they be like, man, that nigga look homeless or something. I mean, hey, that maybe I want to look homeless that day, or didn't care or whatever. But that's how I felt like dressing.
So you don't think when they lead up, you don't think when, okay, I use this example. Mike, you like Jordans, right? Right?
Yes,
you buy Jordan, you go to, you know what I'm saying? You go to Hibbett's, Foot Locker, what have you, buy them J's. You leave your house, you got them J's on. A part of you, don't lie. When you walk in somewhere, you be like, you want somebody to say, oh, the bus tight. You know you want that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't be like, man, I'm about to put these J's on. Man, I ain't really paying no attention to it. A party, like, I don't care, man. A party, I don't care if you want to admit it or not. All of us, when we leave the house and we fresh, we want somebody to say something about it. When we leave the house, they want somebody to say something about it. I don't care what anybody says. Like we can.
I mean, it's okay to probably look or whatever, but when you start gnawing at them and barking at them, now that's different.
But I'm just saying.
Let me say that real quick. Now, one time, now, yeah, you know, we do want everybody like a compliment. Nobody, if you say you don't like a compliment, you're a fool. Now, one day I will say
you
this.
lying. Ain't no fool, you lying.
I had some new J's that came out. Some Space Jams when the Space Jams came out. I went to Wingstop in Jack. And the first thing came to my mind, I said, damn, I hope a nigga don't rob me for my shoes. When I sat in line, waiting on my food, a dude walked up to me and said, cuz I love your shoe. I said, God damn. This nigga about to take me for my joy. I said, this man about to take me for my joy. Oh man, I had already left him one time, so I was just gonna step him out of him and then go get my lemon pepper wings.
But you know, hey, look at here, y'all. Look.
Get my lemon pepper wings and dip out, man.
That's the perfect example right there. Hey, Lord, yeah, that's the perfect example of what Mike just said. Right. Because he, even though he liked his Jordans, the first thing he thought about somebody taking his Jordan. That's just like a woman. Like she dressed nice, but when she go out, she gotta worry about a man taking something from her. And something that's precious. You know what I'm saying? And that it's crazy how Mike just said that, but it's the same thing, but it's just different. It's just different things. Right. She got that, and Mike got his Jordan. And guess what? Them Space Jam, them thing high as hell. So right. I know he paid about $200 something for him.
About $210, you know what I'm saying?
But we gonna talk about how he balling on him.
No, I agree with you.
Like stun on your haters, man. Let them stun on
it. I'm talking about.
I'll say that though. I agree with what Tim said because when you walk out the house wearing certain stuff, you know what you're getting into. You know what you're looking for. You know somebody gonna say something. You fit top to bottom, no stomach, and you walk out with some short shorts on, a halter top, and everything is sitting out there. Man, what you expect?
Right. So what if they go to the gym and something happens?
Not every guy is gonna sit there and be disrespectful. But for the most part, you gonna pull out those group of guys, and they're gonna be the ones that say something to you.
So basically, if I walk out the house with a shirt made out of honey, I still expect to get stung by a bee, right?
You might get ready for a bunch of bees to come up on you.
If you walk around the bees,
right?
Yeah.
But see, but you know what? And but that still is not right though, because if a woman walk around a lot of men, she don't expect to get something happen to her.
But see, that's just
like look, hold on, Jules. I don't want nobody to think, okay. Let me do this disclaimer real quick because it's gonna sound like, you know what I'm saying, we are saying that women are asking for, you know what I'm saying, them to be, you know what I'm saying.
I ain't say that.
We ain't say that.
But I feel like the conversation is leading that way. I'm not saying that a woman should be touched in any inappropriate way, should be catcalled in any inappropriate way.
Yeah, that's right.
What I'm saying is, when you put on certain things, whether you're a guy or a woman, you look at yourself in a mirror and you say to yourself, even if you may not want a whole bunch of attention, you're like, damn, I look good today, or I look good tonight. I'm going to be slaying. I'm going to be killing the game tonight. You know it. A part of you, you know what I'm saying? So that is what I'm saying. If if you know that you have big boobs, if you have a big butt, if you're muscular as a guy, you know what I'm saying? You know, if you're wearing, you know what I'm saying, them medium shirts. All I'm saying is, you know, you get a certain level of attention that maybe you won't, maybe you don't want, but you're going to get that attention because you put on clothes that pinpoints that part of your anatomy that makes people go crazy. Facts. I'm sorry, man. I know we in this times of Me Too movement, but I don't understand why we cannot state the obvious these days. Like, honestly, when we go to the club, when we go hang out at the bar, when we out and about and we see a beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying? Like, are we supposed to pretend like the woman butt ain't big? Are we supposed to pretend like the woman ain't fine? Or women, the women that's listening right now, if you see a nice looking guy, are you supposed to pretend like the guy not attractive?
That's just like women when they look at. That's just like when we wearing them there, when men with them jogging pants.
Them jogging, yeah.
What a woman do? They don't look at your face. They go,
hey, what's that TikTok? They say, let me look at it. Can I look at it? Can I touch it? No, get away from me.
But you know, we don't have to pretend that we don't see it. It's just the point where we don't have to act on what we see.
Yeah, there you go.
We don't have to. If we see a girl, if we see a lady like she got on a revealing outfit, we don't have to be damn girl. We don't have to. We can just look, you know, look. Okay, bam, and keep going. You don't have to run up behind them. You don't have to jog. You don't have to do any of that. I mean, because at the end of the day, whether they have it on or not, and they know, and some people do wear, because that first thing they say, girl, I'm going to kill it tonight with this. But, you know, it doesn't give anybody a right to ogle. It doesn't give any right to disrespect or anything to do that. I mean, you can appreciate it from.
Yeah, they could be doing it for to impress themselves, you know,
right?
Self-love.
To get self-love, to boost their self-esteem up. But you know, with every one of that, I mean, shit, you know, because real talk, if you take some of us from our hometowns, niggas who motherfuckers ain't been nowhere, you drop them off on South Beach, they're gonna get whiplash, turn their head back and forth.
You sure right, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be rough. And and you know what, man, y'all bringing up some great topics because some women dress like that just too. Yeah, well, hey, you know what? Well, I'm saying that's a great point. You know what he said, because some women wear this stuff to build their confidence because a lot of them insecure, and they do this and like, well, you know what? Let me I'm gonna look good in this tonight, and they fighting with some in their own spirit. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why Marcus shopped in the men's section today and not in the kids because he want to feel grown.
Man.
That's it. That's
man,
it.
We got Raheem, man. Shouts out to my boy Raheem, man. What up, Reed? He says, if you a guy or a female and you always carry yourself like that, it don't bother them because they are so used to it and they don't care what the person thinks. That's a good point. I get what he's saying. He's saying like, if you always do this, you don't care what anybody thinks. But at the same time, you know, like y'all mentioned self-esteem and stuff like that. But I'm just gonna ask y'all this, and then we're gonna move on to the next topic. What gives you more of a self-esteem booster? You're looking in a mirror saying, "Damn, I look good," or somebody else that you don't know telling you look good.
It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both.
No.
Because you can look in the mirror all day and hype yourself up and be like, damn, I look good. But then when you get out there in that work, but when you walk out that door, you looking for somebody, you hoping somebody say, man, that's a nice outfit. That's a nice shoe. Damn, you smell good. I like that.
That's what people look for.
That's what they looking for. All it takes is if one person said, because I remember before I got married, before I met my wife, I went through a little situation. My confidence dropped. I started back working out. I got in shape. I started just taking care of myself. Right. I got one or two compliments. Right. Shot me through the roof. I started hollering at every person that walked past me. I shot at whoever. You got this time today? Cool. You did? Cool. But it boosted my confidence up. And it made me feel like, okay, she liked it. Let me keep doing this and let me try something else. And maybe other people like it. And then you just start, it builds you up. It's both ways, man. But where you could go wrong is when all you're doing is you're doing it to seek attention from others. When that's all you're doing now, that's where it goes wrong. When you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it to please others, just to get comments. Just like how you say, a lot of people do stuff on social media just for the comments and just for the likes.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of folks be putting on.
And that's the fakest thing ever on that.
But like for me, I can honestly say it helped me boost my confidence up because even my wife, like I wouldn't have went and hollered at her. I wouldn't have said 2 words to her. I would have went in that store, got what I got, left out, and never said nothing to her. But because my confidence was high, I don't fuck it. 2 tears in a bucket. I'm finna shoot my shot.
That one brought it.
I'm gonna keep moving.
Hey,
2 tears in a bucket, baby.
That attention goes well until it's come about by the wrong people or a wrong person. Man, I never knew how women felt until one summer. I went to summer school at JSU, and Julius, you know, being a business major, we have to dress business attire in some of our classes.
Yeah.
I was walking back to the dorm, and I had to pass by a group of homosexual guys. And when I had to walk through the group and they got quiet, and I heard one of them say, "Damn." I felt mad.
You know, I remember that Mike saying that. You did say that. I remember that. Hey, Mike, that made you feel raped, didn't it, Mike?
No, was this with the hell or without the hell?
What the hell, dude? What the hell?
Everybody say check on the bars.
Hey, they were gonna braid it for you, Mike. Hey, Mike, hurry up and cut it off. Mike, cut all the hair off.
That's how Lord is walking on campus, man.
Hold on, baby. Hey.
Look, babe, I'm sorry. Look, ma'am, I'm sorry.
Hey, Mike.
I apologize for you. I apologize for you.
Hey, we on live, y'all.
We will not be disrespecting the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, that's right. That's it.
Okay, look.
That's it.
They disrespected me that day.
Man, all they did was give you a compliment, whether you wanted it or not.
You got cat comment.
That's why I said I said this story to share that, man. I didn't like the compliment. You know, I have no problem with the LGBTQ community, like Dave Chappelle said, the alphabet people. You know, I had no problem with them. Much respect to all of them. You know, I have family members who are like that. I love them to death. I ain't gonna change. But yeah, I felt like when a woman feels disrespected by a man, that's how I felt when that happened to me, man.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man. Hey, we got Jamie G on here. Jamie G said, "What up, guys?" We got Jamie
G. What up, JG?
Raheem said, "Light-skinned people still in style, man." Shouts out to the
Mike Wall, Ready to go, Raheem.
And Jamie G says, "Damn, Mike Wall."
Tell Jamie G what's up, Jamie G.
Mike Alexander said, "This honestly made my night, man. Some of y'all are some funny brothers, man." So, man, shouts out to Mike, man.
Appreciate that, Mike. Appreciate that, man.
Hey, man, we gotta move forward, man. We gotta talk about this presidential election that's coming up in November. Democratic nominee Joe Biden elected Kamala Harris as his running mate. Man, we know Kamala Harris. He was the Attorney General for California. You know, I mean, and a lot of people have some things they some people like this decision, some people don't like this decision. I don't know if y'all been following the election or not, but what do y'all think about Kamala Harris? What do y'all think about Joe Biden electing her to be his running mate? What y'all think about that, man? First African-American woman for a major Democratic Party, on a major Democratic Party ticket. What y'all think?
If I could just start out with that, I would just say, to be honest, I'm not too familiar with her, Ms. Harris. But I will say what Joe Biden is doing is he's playing the actual political game. He knows what he needs to get the vote, and he knows the African American vote is what he's going to need to get it. So it's a very good, smart political decision by him to pick someone like her.
He pulled his own trump card.
He pulled his own trump card. I mean, if you want the vote, you know what you have to do to get the vote, and he did exactly what he needed to get the vote. Because I mean, hey, shit, you see what we got going right now in 45. We definitely can do better with 46.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna pass this to Mark, man. Mark, what you think about Kamala Harris, man?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with this. I'm into politics. I've been into politics almost like 4 years. And the reason why I got into politics because, like I said, I got a contract with the state of Mississippi, and that's all it is.
Flex on them, then. Flex on them, then.
I had to flex on them.
Y'all see that quick flex? Oh,
yeah, I had to flex on them. But that what got me into politics, and I started researching her like a year ago because I saw her in the news when she was running for president those years, and I did a lot of research on her, and I think it's a bad choice. I'm just gonna be honest. I think it's a bad choice. I think he could have picked Susan Abram from Georgia to fight this fight with him. Kamala Harris, she has put a lot of black men in jail. And I know the California law, and 91% of black men for misdemeanors have been thrown in jail for 15 to 20 years. She got a lot of allegations on her that she have fixed the books, and and I feel like I know black men do some things, white men, but this ain't a color, this ain't a race war right now. What this is this is a thing that why these people that got $5 and $10 worth of weed going to jail for 15 and 20 years, that's overkill right there. Right. And I feel like she's not for the black people. I feel like this is a political stunt, and I don't even think Joe Biden is the right person for the job. But you know, he's better than 45. You know what? We don't have a right person. I feel like in my heart, I don't feel like we have the right person for the job at all.
Who would you want to see though? If you don't
you know what? I would rather see Bernie than Joe. The reason why I would rather see Bernie than Joe is because I feel like Joe has played on the black people. Man, it's even the things he's been saying. I know. Look here. I know the. Hey, look here. I know the Clintons have played on the black people, but if you, I'd rather for you to play on us when you get in there than playing with us now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they got to get in.
No, I'd rather play now because they ain't in there.
Right.
Don't get in there, then play with them.
I'd rather not to see them in there. But like I say, we need somebody.
Well,
we need somebody.
We need
somebody.
Look,
I ain't gonna vote. I'm not gonna vote.
Hold up.
I'm not gonna vote. I ain't voting for nobody.
That's your right.
Yeah, that's my right. I'm not gonna vote.
I'm gonna say it like this, man. Look, I know a lot of people don't like Donald Trump. Okay, I mean that's pretty obvious. Okay, but I will say this: between Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, they have locked up more minorities than anybody, you know what I'm saying, in the history of the presidency. I will say that, okay?
Because they want Donald Trump out.
Between Joe Biden with the crime bill and Kamala Harris, you know what I'm saying, locking up all the minorities out in California. But this is the thing, man, and I feel like my intelligence is being questioned by the Democratic Party. I see what the hell going on. The reason why he elected a woman as his running mate is because that's what he been hearing people out there. Joe Biden, and my question is, where the hell Joe Biden came from? Because for a while, it was like Elizabeth Warren, it was Bernie Sanders, it was Bloomberg, it was like all of them. And then all of a sudden, it was like, the other was like, well, we about to get out of here. I decided to drop out of race. I don't know if the Democratic Party had a conversation and it was like, well, you know.
Yeah, it was a conversation had.
Yeah, like Bernie. Yeah, like Joe Biden was the vice president. We feel like
Bernie was the front runner.
Yeah, Bernie was the front runner for a hot minute. Then all of a sudden it's like over. I woke up the next morning. Bernie was I'm like,
Biden was getting his ass kicked in all the debates. People would talk. All he had going for him was his affiliation with Barack Obama, and that's it. Like
Barack's boy
gonna catapult him ahead. But people was like, you know, man, what's up with this crime bill, bruh? You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, like everybody else dropped out of the race. I'm feeling like the Democratic Party got together with like people know who Joe Biden is. People know he affiliated with Barack Obama. That's going to make them vote for him. Like, and then the thing is, man, I feel like some of these people out here, I feel like they're so naive and so crazy to a point where they feel like if a donkey is on the ticket, let me go ahead and vote for him. Man, the Democratic Party don't do a damn thing for black people or minorities. Straight up.
And you know what? And I'm just gonna be honest. A couple years, I was voting independent. I wouldn't even vote Republican or Democrat. But the only reason why I did that because I said, okay, well, let me go and vote Democratic because at the end of the day, I was having trouble here with my wife because she wanted me to vote Democrat. But the thing about it is, Democrats.
Oh, why? But why?
And Tim, look at here, Tim. And that's the reason.
He couldn't reach the top of the battle. And he had to be
hey, and you know what? You about right. Hey, and you know what? And a lot of people, a lot of black people don't know why they vote Democrat. They just go in there and vote Democrat and don't know what the hell going on because they don't take that second look in it.
Because I'll say this. I agree with that. But Marcus, I'll say this. Back when Trump was when he ran the office the first time, I was gonna vote for Ted Cruz. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, Ted Cruz had some good arguments, some strong points. What he was talking about doing, the direction he wanted to go, I liked it. Right. It was the first time I ever voted Republican, but at that time I wasn't looking at the party. I'm like, okay, let me listen to the person and see what they talking about. Because I can honestly say when Barack went, I just voted because it was Barack.
Because you were black.
Yeah, he was black. He was a black man. But when he left the office, I'm like, okay, whoever comes in next is gonna be crucial. And I was liking a lot of points that Ted Cruz was making, but all of a sudden, this little orange-faced dude started playing on the ignorance of a lot of Americans that never voted or that chose not to vote. All of a sudden, we got the right to vote. Boom! He took off to the top.
And we as people,
he played on the racial divide of everybody.
That's it.
He did. That's what I'm saying. He tapped into that part of America great again. He tapped into that part of America that wasn't really
but look at that though, y'all. Look at that. That means that if people with no understanding will fall for anything, you will fall for it if you don't have no understanding. So that's why you have to go get understanding on each candidate and say, okay, what have you done before you got to this position? What have you done when you was the senator? What have you done when you was the attorney general?
You asking people to go do something that they weren't even accustomed to doing in their normal everyday life. A lot of people don't even ask, why am I doing this, or understand why they doing it. That's just like when you putting that's just like setting the TV up. A lot of people don't understand it's a little more to it to set up a TV versus just plugging in the damn power and turning it on. But people don't want to read the manual. A lot of people don't know how to actually operate their phones because all they want to do, download music and get on Snapchat, get on Facebook. That's it. Not knowing their phone can do a lot more if they actually just took the time out and read it and educate themselves. You look for people to do stuff that they're not used to doing, and they just no, it's not going to happen. They have to, but they're going to always be the fool. We're going to always be a fool because we're not willing to sit there and educate ourselves. We're not willing to sit there and listen to. We hear what they're saying, but we're not listening to what they're saying. And like you said, we're not going and doing background checks on these people and seeing what they did, how they have helped, whether they done positive here, whether they negative flaw. Right. Just like Harris,
I showed them.
Just like Kamala Harris, the only thing I did know about her was she had that highest conviction rate wherever she was at. That was it. And that was on a negative tip. I ain't heard nothing positive. Aside from that, I didn't hear nothing positive. It was like everything coming up and leading up to this was all negative, just negative about her. Negative. She even had a run-in with Biden. So when I found that out, I'm like, okay, so why did he choose her then? If they had a run-in and they had a falling out, why would he choose her as his candidate, as his running mate then?
Because it's a political stunt.
Because they think black people stupid. They think minorities. And they know for a fact that the minorities are completely in love with the Democratic Party. Any person, like honestly, when election day comes, you ride down the road, you see a whole bunch of 55 from a Democratic Party in poverty-stricken areas. All you have to do is basically just put a donkey on your ticket, and they just automatically vote Democrat. And they know this, man. And people don't do their research. The reason why black people and minorities love the Democratic Party so much was because of, you know what I'm saying, the Voters' Right Act of 1965. When Lyndon Johnson signed that Voters' Right Act, that's when the party shift. Because people like Martin Luther King, they were actually Republicans, dude. The people
exactly
that were keeping us oppressed, the people that were saying, like, y'all can't go into this restaurant or y'all can't use this bathroom, those were Democrats. The reason why the Democrats jumped over the line was because Lyndon B. Johnson actually signed that bill, and it made the party shift. So all of a sudden, here comes all the minorities from now on. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Democrat. Man, honestly, man, the Democrats have been making it based on them pandering to the African American and the brown community. That's what they've been doing for years and have been doing absolutely nothing. I hate to say it, man. I love Barack Obama, great speaker, but he really didn't do a damn thing for minorities. Really. The only thing that really stood out, I mean, the LGBTQ community won, you know what I'm saying, when they were able to get married. But can you think of like one in particular thing that he did? That's all I'm saying. And I think he was a good president, might be the greatest of all time. But at the same time, we have to be realistic about this, man. I don't feel like people just need to vote for a person just because, oh, this Kamala Harris, I'm here to make history. Bump all that, man. I mean, really do your research and look at what these people actually have to bring to the table. You have all these people out here that got something to say, man, Kamala Harris, you know, man, I'm like, what? I mean, locking up minorities. If Kamala Harris was Sarah Palin, we would be offended right now. But the fact that she's black, we ain't got no problem with it. I mean, I don't feel like that's right. We need to hold ourselves accountable. That's why the BS right now going on in Chicago right now, right? You know what I'm saying? We ain't holding ourselves accountable. We need to hold ourselves accountable in our communities and when we go to the ballot, man. Really do our research on these folks. And it can't just be about, man, we want to get this orange SOB up out of here. I mean, even though we do, really do your research about what these people actually have to bring to the table, man, because I'm sick and tired of people sitting up here telling me, do your research on social media when you ain't do a damn thing about it. Just because you're AKA and you probably rocking pink and green, you want to vote for it and support it. Man, bump all that, man. Like, we got to be realistic, man, and we got to stop being slaves to these people. Straight up.
That's it.
I don't want us to be slaves.
I believe in that one now. That's all I gotta say. I believe in what you're saying.
I just don't,
we can't be slaves to
slaves, man. I just don't. Man, but hey, before we get up out of here, man, I just want to say to y'all, man, I appreciate y'all boys, man. Appreciate y'all for being a part of the Unapologetic podcast. And man, just man, it's been fun, man. We definitely gonna have to do this again. Talk about some more topics and, you know, just BS around a little bit, man. It's always fun when we get together.
Welcome to Cooking with Marcus Young, featuring the Unapologetic content.
Pancakes and bacon. Pancakes and bacon. It went from WAP to some serious. Now we cooking pancakes and bacon, y'all. You get it.
Absolutely, man. But this has been the Unapologetic Podcast. Y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search Unapologetic Podcast. Also check out the Unapologetic Podcast on Spotify and also on Facebook.com, search Unapologetic Podcast. Y'all have a good night, morning, evening, whether you're looking at this podcast. We really do appreciate it. Like always, all I got to say is, be global.
We go.